Hello and welcome to the top 10 games of 2015. The year has come and gone, and 2015 was a hell of a year for video games. Lots of AAA releases and some amazing indies as well, unfortunately with my day job and everything happening. But I did manage to scrape together a top 10 of my top games of 2015. Without further ado, here's my top 10 list of games for the year. Number 10. StarCraft II: Legacy of the Void. Disclosure: I haven't played this game at all, but I know that will probably be the same quality we'll expect from Blizzard games, and it finally tells the ending of the storyline of StarCraft II, which started with Wings of Liberty, continued into Heart of the Swarm, and finally ends with Legacy of the Void. What does the future hold for StarCraft? Who knows? Number 9. Until Dawn. David Cage meets horror. Until Dawn was a game that was completely off my radar this year. The last David Cage-style movie game I played was Heavy Rain, but I will say this, the premise of Until Dawn has really piqued my interest, especially with the way you can kill characters or save them, depending on your choices. Number 8. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Hideo Kojima's flawed masterpiece. I really wanted to put the game closer to the top, but I just couldn't. The game is a technical masterpiece of gameplay, which unfortunately gets overshadowed by the story and the repetition of missions to make up for the lack of closure on the story. Still, it's truly a great game, but unfortunately something was missing from the game for me. Number 7. Soma. The latest entry from Frictional Games, the makers of Penumbra and Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Something of a departure from the previous entries, asking some deep philosophical questions on what it means to be human and alive. Might have benefited more from being a walking simulator, and this is coming from someone who really doesn't like walking simulators. I'm looking at you, Gono. It's still a very cool idea for a game, and it did have me wandering around in the quiet sections of the map looking at all the details and all the beautiful underwater set pieces. Number 6. Batman: Arkham Knight. The final entry on the Arkham series by Rocksteady, and the one with the most problems for PC users. This almost never made it on the list. I had no intention of ever playing this game, until I could find an affordable copy of the PlayStation 4 version, seeing what a shit show the PC version was. And I'm glad I did play it on PC before playing it on PS4 because it's so good. It's truly a fun game. And I know a lot of people complained about the Batmobile, saying it sucked for the most part, but honestly I don't really mind. It's still a great Arkham game if you can get it on sale for cheap. Number 5. Dying Light. The game that made zombies scary again. This game will probably be forgotten by many on this year's list of games of the year, but Techland's zombie game finally made zombies scary again when walking around in the dark. With parkour, a fun hand-to-hand combat system, Dying Light is worth it to play it. Also with new DLC coming out, featuring a larger map for a game that already had an incredibly large map. That is going to be impressive. Number 4. Kerbal Space Program. The indie darling that finally came out of early access. I really wanted to give Kerbal the number 1 spot, as the game has probably entertained me for probably more than 400 plus hours at this point. From creating massive space stations to sending rescue missions to save Jeb, Bill, Bob or Valentina from missions that didn't go quite as planned, or just messing about in space. Kerbal Space Program, bless you, I love you, I really wish I could give you a higher spot. Number 3. Bloodborne. If you're a fan of Dark Souls and or Demon Souls, you will find Bloodborne strangely yet oddly satisfying experience. From a redesigned combat system that favors speed and agility over massive shields and blocking, and a story ripped straight from the pages of H.P. Lovecraft, Bloodborne is the game that probably caused a few PS4s to be sold just for the game alone. Number 2. Fallout 4. Fallout 4 has been a long time coming, and shameless plug, look at my video, The Long Wait, the story of Fallout 3, on the channel, and for some it's been worth the wait, while others feel that it lacks the RPG feel from the previous Bethesda Fallout 3 and the amazing Obsidian Fallout New Vegas. Still, the wasteland is there to be explored, and for those of us who crave Fallout, it certainly gave us what we want. Though the game is far from perfect and there are some things I dislike, but I will admit the things I do like outweigh the things I don't like. Still, making this game worth your time. And number 1. The Witcher 3. Of all the games on this list, no other game has intrigued me as much as The Witcher. Having never played any of the previous installments, I wasn't sure I would even know or understand what was happening. Fortunately, that proved not to be the case. From amazing lore which sucked me right into the world of The Witcher to the amazing gameplay and exploration, The Witcher 3 is truly the best game of 2015 for me. CD Projekt Red has raised the bar incredibly high with The Witcher 3, and I look forward to the game that will come around that tries to fit in those shoes. And that's it, thank you for watching, thank you to all those who subscribed, and thank you all to watch the channel this year. I will see you next year with more NetNerds, happy holidays to everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!